variables behave differently with different type of quotation marks. Like for example, if variable is enclosed in double quotation mark, then value of variable is returned in the command or expression. But if variable is enclosed in single quotation marks, then name of variable is returned in the expression or command. We will discuss about quotation marks in detail in coming videos. Let's see a quick demo. So I have named this demo as double and single quotation marks. So for sake of time, I have written this code beforehand. So let me try to run this code. If I try to create this variable, so let me see, variable has been created. So let me clear the console first. Now if I try to use the variable in a expression by enclosing the expression in double quotes, so let's see what exactly returned. We can see the value of variable has been returned, like the value of variable is 2. Can you see this? Like I'm getting the value of this variable. But if I try to enclose the expression in single quotation marks, and if I try to execute this, so what I get is I'm getting variable name itself, but I'm not getting the value of this variable. So this is a difference between using double quotes and single quotes. So always use double quotes where we want the variable to return its value, and always use single quotes where we want to return name of variable itself but not the value. Now let me discuss about type of variables. Basically there are three type of variables. First is user created, second is automatic variables, and third one is preference variables. We will discuss them one by one in coming slides. User created variables are created and maintained by the user. By default, the variable that we create at the PowerShell command line exists only while the PowerShell window is open. When the PowerShell window is closed, the variables are deleted. To save a variable permanently, add it to the PowerShell profile. In case you are not aware about PowerShell profiles, don't worry, we will be covering profiles in more detail in coming videos. In example, you can see we have specified a user created variable like server underscore list. Automatic variables store the state of PowerShell. These variables are created by PowerShell, and PowerShell changes their values as required to maintain their accuracy. PS version table is an example of automatic variable that stores the version information of PowerShell, like what exactly the version of PowerShell is installed on our system. Conceptually, they are considered as read-only. It means users cannot change the value of these variables. For example, the PS home variable stores the path to the PowerShell installation directory. There are approximately more than 50 automatic variables. Few of them are mentioned in this slide. These are some very common automatic variables that we use very frequently. Let me see few of them very quickly in demo. Let me name this demo as automatic variables, and let me copy some automatic variables for sake of saving time. Let me clear the console and see these automatic variables one by one. So basically $$ is used to return the last run command, or you can say token. So suppose I run get hyphen service as my last run command. So what I will get out of this variable is like I have run this command last. Fine. So in this way I can use this variable as per the requirement. And dollar question mark, this variable is used to find the result of last command execution, like whether it was successfully executed or whether there was some error. So if I try to run this variable, I can see my last run command was executed successfully. So it is returning me true. And if I just write any fake command like fake enter, and it is giving me error. So let me try to see what exactly the result of my last run command. So it is saying false because my last run command was not successful. In this way we can use this. And next one is, this is very important variable, and that you will use at every step of scripting. So basically this variable represents the current object in our pipeline. So let me see a quick demo how we can use it. Like I have 1 to 8 number, and I want to return these numbers like from 1 to 8 on my console. What I can do is, like I can use a for each statement. Okay, so for each, like this, I have written a small line of code, and if I execute this, you can see I am getting a count from 1 to 8, because like numbers are coming from here. So in this way we can see the use of this dollar underscore variable. This is the automatic variable and very frequently used variable. Next one is PID. It is used to find the process ID of the process that is hosting the current session of PowerShell. Like if I try to run this, I can see the process number is 9364, that is hosting my current PowerShell session. And if I run this next automatic variable, I can see I'm getting the culture of my OS, that is en-us, that is US English. And this is a automatic variable that is used to return the present working directory. So I can use it at any place of my script, and if I run this, I will get my current working directory, as you can see. So in this way we can use automatic variables to make our life easy, and to get some pre-populated variables. In case you are interested in knowing about all the automatic variables, then you can please refer this slide. Also, I will copy this list in description and provided resources as well. You can refer it from there in case you are not able to read clearly from this video. Preference variables customize the behavior of PowerShell operating environment and all the commands that run in that environment. Preference variables store user preference for PowerShell. These variables are created by PowerShell and are populated with default values. Users can change the values of these variables. For example, the maximum history count variable determines the maximum number of entries in the session history, like how many commands can be stored in PowerShell history. There are approximately 50 preference variables. Few of them are mentioned in this slide. These are some very common preference variables that we modify very frequently. Let me see few of them very quickly in demo. Let me name this demo as preference variables, and let me try to use one preference variable, maximum history count. So if we try to run this variable, and if we try to return the value of this variable, we can see it is returning 4096. And in case if you want to change the value of this variable, like I want that PowerShell should remember only 10 last run commands. So what I can do is dollar maximum history count is equal to 10. So if I run this, now what it will do is, like it has changed the value of this preference variable, and if I try to see the value, it is 10 only. Like in this session, PowerShell will remember only 10 last run commands. Note one thing, this change is only limited to this console only. Once this console is closed, the value will be returned to its default, that is 4096. In case we want to make this change permanent, we can save the value of this variable in profile. From there, it can become a permanent value of this variable. In case you are interested in knowing all the preference variables, then you can please refer this slide. Also, I will copy this list in description and provided resources as well.